Cheers!
Welcome to Moviebitches,
episode 23. Today, we saw Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. That's a long title.
I actually really liked that the story was very small for certain reasons. Like, every action movie now is like, and then the world was going to explode,
Right.
and space aliens came, and there was another dimension,
Absolutely.
and the
Yes.
nuclear bomb almost went off, and oh my god!
It is nice that it took place in like 100 square mile
It was like,
region.
look, we just need this dam to work so we
Yes.
can have power, and then things escalated. Like,
Yeah.
that's the plot. I appreciated that.
Yeah.
But it was really boring, so I was like, oh, this sucks.
Exactly.
Like, I wish this was more exciting. More than it being boring, more than it being sort of oatmeal-y,
Mm-hmm.
the biggest problem with this movie is the score.
Oh my gosh, the score.
It's really distracting.
It's like West Side Story
Yes.
does Planet of the Apes.
Da 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 da. This movie also suffered the same problem. Basically, okay, so at the end of the Tim Burton Planet of the Apes, it gets real dumb. And the apes are in, like, police uniforms, and they're riding motorcycles, they've got helmets, and it looks
Silly.
really stupid. This movie rode that line. There was some points where I was like, this looks stupid. And did you have that?
Like when they were riding horses.
When they're, like, riding horses, there was, like, it's half and half. There was certain half of it that was, like, eerily, like, unnerving, like, whoa, that ape is riding that horse. I'm unnerved. But then there was also, like, but that ape is riding that horse. We couldn't, it was like, there's no way to survive that. It just doesn't work. But
I also don't know, I mean, like, it didn't make any sense. He's an ape, why is he on this horse when they're, like, jumping around and swinging from things faster than riding a horse is?
There's numerous times throughout the movie where this movie becomes The Lion King.
Yes.
This movie is The Lion King.
Well, I wish it was.
Sure. Timon and Pumbaa showed up. That would have been great.
Oh my gosh. Maybe that's what it needed.
Like
Maybe it needed to, like, not take itself as seriously.
Like
Have,
a
like, some
joke.
comic relief.
I don't know. I feel like they tried to do that, and then it was real silly.
With who and what?
Oh, actually, I was laughing at it.
Yeah.
When Koba... Okay, so the bad ape
Mm-hmm.
goes from being kind of an asshole to, like, a psychopathic serial killer, like Dennis Hopper in Speed. Becomes, like, crazy. And he's riding on a horse with two AK-47s, like, and you're like, what's going on? And it really crossed that line into, wait, like, this is hilarious. It got too great. Like, he got the bloodlust. So that crossed the line. So I guess you're right, I was laughing at it. Maybe if they'd had a comic relief, but then it might have been like a Jar Jar situation, and I might have been more annoyed. I don't know.
Maybe.
I didn't think it was possible for, like, a CGI'd character to chew scenery so well. Like, he is living this ape. There's one point where Koba, like, leaps through a wall of flames and is just like, whatever. He's not on fire because he's made of computers.
Yep.
And it's really hilarious. And I
mean, it is.
I laughed out loud really hard, and the people in the theater were upset with me, but it was so funny.
I laughed too.
For me, as good as CGI can look at its best, there's still something missing for me. I still would rather see, you know, Sloth from the Goonies with the real, you know, even though it's shitty looking, like, something about that is more human and endearing to me.
Well, I definitely, there's something that's cold and removing about CG.
Yeah.
It was, because when it's too much, it's too digital, it's too cold.
Then you just have Avatar, and who wants to watch that? I don't.
I don't either. You know, I mean, I thought the CG was good, but
it's really good. I just don't think
just,
it's ever going to be good enough that I'll have an emotional connection to it.
Right. Well, and I would say not only did I not have an emotional connection to it, but I also still noticed it.
Mm-hmm.
I still kept thinking throughout it, like, oh,
Yes.
it's
I didn't lose
CG.
myself.
No.
And a lot of that could probably have to do with that it's pretty boring.
Yes. If they had a better story, a better plot line,
maybe I wouldn't have
I feel like I wouldn't have really noticed. If there was more character development on the apes, if I really got to, like, feel something for them, then it could have helped break that barrier.
Here's a weird, fun crossover fact.
Okay.
Okay. So, in the Tim Burton Planet of the Apes, Gary Oldman was supposed to play the villain.
Oh.
But Tim Roth ended up playing him.
Right.
Tim Roth turned down playing Professor Snape in Harry Potter to be in Planet of the Apes. Yikes. And then Gary Oldman ended up being in the Harry Potter series.
Interesting.
Weird.
Win-win.
Win-win. Except for Tim Roth.
Well, I mean, he lost. The movie is fucking called Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Yes.
But nothing elevates the apes from where they were 10 years ago.
They start talking?
But he'd already started talking at the end of the last one, I thought.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe not.
I didn't see it.
I thought Caesar had, like, said a word in the last one.
Right, but then in this one, maybe, like, because the humans rediscovered them, they had to start...
Yeah, now more of them are speaking.
It happened really fast. Like, he was like, oh, now I can talk. Even though there was, like, lots of pausing in between, it was like, now we're friends.
Ape talk is kind of like shot mortally talk, where it's like...
Mortally?
Like, mortally wounded talk is what I meant to say.
And now I die.
Exactly.
War has already begun.
I mean, it wasn't terrible.
No.
But...
It was competently made.
Yeah.
For the most part. The sound was...
cool.
The music, the score was terrible.
The score was truly awful. And it's the guy... We were like, why does this sound like a cartoon? And it turns out it's the guy who did Up.
Who won an Oscar for Up.
Who won an Oscar for Up.
But that doesn't mean that this is good.
No, well, because Up's a cartoon.
Yeah.
That needs every single moment scored. Yes. Like, if someone's walking, you know, or whatever, but this is Planet of the Apes, so, you know, I'm cool. I don't need the apes to break into song. Like, it's alright.
I really...
Although, yeah.
That would have been awesome! But a totally different movie.
In, like, a Ewok-y kind of jump kind of way. That would have been pretty great.
I would give it, like, a 6.5. I think that's what I always say.
That's what you give everything.
Everything.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of any of the Planet of the Apes movies. Like, even the old ones, like, I can appreciate them, but...
I never loved them.
It was never my thing.
Yeah, me either.
So, if you really like Planet of the Apes, you'll probably dig this movie because it's well made.
Well, I think that this franchise, this one...
The new one.
Yeah, these new two are really well made.
Yeah.
They're competent, they have a style, they have, like, a language that's working for the most part.
Right. Maybe if we saw it in 3D, we would have liked it.
No.
Pretty sure I would have fallen asleep and hated it.
I